What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 400 of FloWrestling Radio Live. I'm your host, Christian Piles, joined, as always and forever, and especially today, on this day of days, by my mainest man, wearing an Intermat shirt, Willie Saylor. Willie coming at us from Easton, PA. Cannot hear Willie, but Willie is definitely here. He is coming at us from Easton. To my left is Daniel Roy Lobdell Jr., the lead bass player of FloWrestling Radio Live. And straight ahead, riding on the wings of eagles, Kyle Bratke. Kyle, how are you?
Good. Happy 400, guys.
Happy we really made it. Really made it. There's some. We are gonna do some. Actually, we joke about never doing anything ever special for the milestone shows. 100, nothing. 200, nothing. 300, nothing. 400, basically nothing. It will be nothing.
I want to do nothing.
It's going to be nothing, basically. We are going to do two kind of cool things. One, Cyon Williams is going to come on. Our man David Bray gave us a nice hot tip. I'm not even going to spoil it. But we're going to have him on there, and I think you're going to like it. Whoop, whoop. And also, Bratke has the very ambitious goal of wanting to recap every single show we have done. And while that sounds like a great idea, I think there's a melding of these two ideas where we can do some sort of a through the years, like some of the things we've done, going over what we were talking about at different points in the year. But
now see, this is a missed opportunity. We could have had that Green Day song playing.
Time of Your Life?
Yeah,
dang it.
While like a PowerPoint of screenshots.
Willie gets catfished. Hope you have time of your life. Yeah, that'd be great. Okay, but before we get to all that nonsense, we'll get to some actual stuff. Like, for example, such as we have a Yianni Zain location, time, date, everything. Wilkes University, which is in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Scranton, basically. They're having it at Dunder Mifflin HQ.
Dunder Mifflin.
The paper people. So, excited about that. 3 o'clock on Labor Day. That's right. So finish your barbecue a little early, and then you can watch some Yianni Zain action.
What's the bar? What's the bar at Dunder Mifflin?
Oh, Poor Richards?
Yeah.
Poor Richards. We're gonna hit Poor Richards right after.
We're gonna go to Poor Richards. Oh, Willie, I don't know if we've talked about this, but we're kind of counting on you going. I'm going. Will you go? Can you commit to going?
Of course.
Of course.
I think it's maybe. I don't know.
We
an hour and a
Googled.
half.
Yep, hour and 22 minutes. We Googled it yesterday.
Nomad, how does the time of the wrestle-off work for people on Labor Day?
Yeah, great question.
Labor Day, all bets are off.
Tell them what they can do, how they can do it.
Yeah,
I had several fake fans say they would not be in attendance because they would rather be outside spending time with their family. And to them I say, you can spend time with your family outside any day of the year. Yes. But you can only see Yianni wrestle Zain one day of the year.
See, that's an excuse you would never get from a wrestling hotbed like Texas. They would never give that excuse of being outdoors with your family. It's only in Northeast Pennsylvania. Oh, we love wrestling. Our wrestlers are good, but will they really put it on the line and show up?
It also backed up the exact point that I made in the last show, which is a cacophony of fans wrote, an overwhelming number, wrote checks that their fellow Pennsylvanians could not cash.
Wow.
And then the backlash came, and they were all like, nah, we're not going to Labor Day. I'm like,
right.
Okay, y'all need to have a conversation with the other people from last week. So
y'all need to show up. So hopefully it's a good turnout. I know I will be there, and I'm very excited about that. Even though it could just be one match. That is definitely in the cards. It could be one match, 6 minutes of wrestling, but even still.
Maybe that's, they were like, I don't know, we're going to have a 2-match wrestle-off between Derringer and Dake, and see how it goes. They got 1,300 fans. They were like, let's see how one match goes. See if we can pack the place for one match.
We're really testing the...
next time, 1 period.
1 period. We'll do second period somewhere else, off-site.
What if it's like a 12-second pinfall?
I know. Say just double legs him, throws a half, and pins him. Walks off. Probably not likely to happen. So, I don't know if there's more. We'll probably get more into the matchup next week. I don't know. We've been going into the matchup pretty extensively. I'm not sure what else there is to say.
Quite a bit.
Other than we don't know what's going to happen, and we're pretty excited. And we don't know how healthy Zain Rutherford is, and hope that he's very healthy.
What we do know is Restag does these like very janky infographics or whatever you want to call them, right?
They're fine.
Yeah, they're fine. And I love Restag, like till the day I die. But they've already put Yianni on their like top contenders list.
Well, you know, it's actually Ivan was like, did they know something we don't? But really, with Restag and Russians, they're like, well, he win the tournament.
Right.
He win the tournament.
You guys went to an international tournament and he beat him. That's how it works.
What else you need to know?
Yeah.
But we have a little more of a process here, guys. But they probably think, obviously, they will send him. But little do they know, there could be Zain Rutherford and Nursultan. 65 is insane. It is not like, I don't know if it's necessarily the most like credentialed weight or the deepest weight really, but like in terms of just awesome dudes to watch wrestle, Rashidov, Odaguru, Bajrang, Kenchikashvili,
Haji
Aliyev, and then Yianni or Zain. That is and that's who's on the infographic from Restag. 65 is going to be insanely fun. Whether it's the best weight, I don't know. I'll leave that to someone like Nomad or someone else.
Yeah, not. I hadn't. I had thought about that, but I hadn't
did not
broken it down in terms of number of medals and things like that. So yeah, that would be a good one to write. I'll try and do that for you guys.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
What's the temperature like down there? I mean, it's
dude,
been roasting
we're at like
hot.
It's like 18 straight days or 20 straight days over 100 degrees here, deep in the heart.
Okay, because Nomad's wearing a long sleeve sweatshirt.
Well,
it's almost as though the inside temperature is different than the outside temperature.
He's got a point here. I have never really considered this, but sometimes inside a place, no, it's cold here. It's a dang meat locker, especially in the mornings. Once more people get here, they quit trying to freeze us out. Yeah, I'm trying to find. I saw a Instagram thing about how.
Do you guys have the temperature in your car?
I do.
Yeah, because mine just stays over 100 when I get in
always.
After work. Yeah.
Yep, we're at 17 days. Today will be the 18th day over 100, provided we hit it, and no end in sight. So buckle up. It is hot.
That's the thing.
We played spike ball yesterday, and we play in hot weather frequently. But I think yesterday was the hottest I ever remember playing out there. It was.
Just immediately recognize like this isn't gonna be.
This is a special kind of heat.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure why Willie cared. Oh yeah, because the sweatshirt brigade over here. Now, Zahid Valencia, he's in a video at Arizona State. He is not taking an Olympic red shirt. They did not get into his weight class though, did they? Wrestling Nomad. That was not mentioned.
But I speculated because
you should
very simply for two reasons. Number one, if you're gonna go for the Olympics, Zahid's gonna go up. I assume because he was 84 kilos as a junior, right? So 86 makes sense, which means 184 makes sense. It also makes sense for their lineup.
Yeah.
Where both Cade Belshea and Cordell Norfleet have a red shirt available.
Well.
So one of them goes up. Well, hold on, let me finish. One of them goes up. One of them red shirts. Then you can fit in Anthony or Shields at 74. And then you can also fit in Maruka and Teamer 49-57 in some order. So to get all those guys in, Zahid has to go up.
Yeah, basically, to get Shields and Valencia in, they need him to go up. And so it works great for their lineup. They're wrestling their best team. Their best team in name is really, really good. It's like you're going to know a name at every single weight class. Now, we'll see how they do with the lightweights, but they're going to be good. We talked about this, a month or so ago. Arizona State's going to have a really, really salty team this year. So excited for that and glad. And I think Zahid is not going to be the only NCAA guy that does kind of a hybrid schedule. I don't want to say like Snyder because Snyder literally didn't enroll his first semester and it was kind of like a late decision to pull his red shirt. But like, could we see Spencer do that? I think Spencer will probably see him at the Open or something along those lines in December. Soriano wouldn't surprise me. Now, Dayton, I think we all think is going to take the Olympic red shirt, which makes sense. But those are like the three guys that I can see doing kind of a hybrid thing. And there may be some I'm not currently thinking of.
And by the hybrid thing, right? So, and I put this in the articles, he qualified for an Olympic red shirt, not taking it. Mm-hmm. However, not qualified for Olympic trials. So what would he have to do to get there? Well, he'd have to go to something like the Bill Farrell. That's November 15th to 16th in New York City. The Pseudo Open, right? The Senior Nationals Trials Qualifier. That's in Fort Worth. We talked about that last show, December 20th to the 22nd, or the Dave Schultz, right? Dave Schultz, the dates haven't been set, but it's pretty much always been the last weekend in January because that's around I don't think anniversary is the right word, but the anniversary of Schultz passing, which would be like the 30th of January to the 2nd of February. So those are kind of be the options for Zahid if he wants to qualify for the trials.
So, and basically one thing you were saying, one thing that's really interesting, so like in years past, like for World Team trials, it's not that there's so many ways to get qualified. A lot of people are qualified, but Olympic trials, a lot fewer guys are qualified right now, right?
Oh, yeah. Yes, a lot fewer guys are qualified, and that's the other thing is everyone's compacting, right? So before, where you could win the Schultz at 61 and drop to 57 if you wanted, that's not a thing this year, right? You have to win it at 57. You have to win the Farrell at 65. You have to place whatever top 5 at the Open at 74. So, but yeah, basically it's all the guys who have made a world team. A senior world team, right? So like Zane's already qualified,
right?
Downey's already qualified, and then junior world champs, and then potentially any U23 world champs. So like David Carr and Mason Paris are qualified.
Okay.
And then like who's on the U23 team? Like
no
Bo.
one knows.
If Bo won U23 Worlds, he could be qualified for the trials and then not have to go through some of these other things.
Okay. Cool. Willie, let's just why don't you just talk about something? Tell me what's popping.
Yeah, I was hoping that we would do that on today's show. I for real like most times I like think about the show, prepare for the show, look at the doc, or create the doc myself, and really gear up for the show. Mm-hmm. But I was hoping this show would be a little bit more conversational. Let's just talk about whatever, right?
Let's just talk about it.
Let's give him something to talk about.
That's what I've been thinking. Okay.
Rate it.
Let me know when you think I should invite Cyon on, because I told him I'd text him. He doesn't have an iPhone, unfortunately, so I have to actually type it on my phone like some sort of peasant. I can't just...
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's horrible. Horrible. Like
Text him. Text him now. Get him on here.
All right, I'm going to get him on. Cyon Williams. Bratke, cover for me.
Yeah, so people are talking. And
Kyle, are we doing anything with... We doing any kind of alien stuff today?
Yeah, we are. I've been, while you guys have been talking, I've been going back through and looking at some FRL titles over the years. And just kind of picking out some of my favorites. How about FRL 15? The title, We Don't Care What Your Record Is.
Oh, okay. I wonder what that...
What is that?
That's so
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
I don't know.
CP and Smalls dive into why they don't care about records and how Iowa pulled away from Mizzou and the rest of the field just a bit.
Oh, did they?
That was March 10th, 2015.
Wow. So we'll give a little bit of the arc. So episode 1 started with the one and only Ben Askren. Started with a bang. It was great. I was super nervous for that. Episode 2 took some calls. The legendary Johnny from Roanoke phoned in, and he asked the question that was on at least his mind, maybe other people's minds. We'll just leave it at that.
How many
did I
today?
Not many. Oh boy, see, here comes Cyon rumbling in. Hey, pull up the chair. Let's share mic. What do you say? You scoot in. Okay.
Also, he doesn't have headphones in, so Willie probably gonna have to be quiet here.
Well, he's got it. Cyon's a pro.
Cyon, you got it? Oh wow!
This is an obnoxiously long. If you're watching the video, we got about 12 foot of line here for Cyon. So Cyon Williams, when's the last time you were on the show, buddy?
It's been a while, man. You keep banning me.
No, that's a lie that you continue to perpetuate throughout history. Now, was talking with David Bray, and it sounds like you just got back from Las Vegas. Can you talk about it?
Yeah, I was out in Las Vegas helping them guys get ready for the IBJJF Grappling Championship that's on Flow, live on Flow Grappling. Check it out. Great thing. So yeah, flew out Sunday night and flew back. Got back, about 1 o'clock last night.
Okay.
About 1 o'clock last night, so came straight into work, I thought about driving home, and I was like, you know what, man, what's the point of driving home? So I just came into the office, pulled in one of the booth, took a nap on one of the floors in one of the sound booth, took a shower at the gym next door, ready to work.
Wow. Now, that's not really what I'm asking about. I heard there's rumblings that you made some money.
I made some money,
All right.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he got it.
Going into his pocket. Oh my gosh!
You go to the craps table and
oh my word! Those are hundreds.
It went a little well, So yeah, you see that there?
Yeah, baby.
Oh my! These are real bills.
Oh, they're real, man.
How much money did you win?
I want the last 2 times at the craps table I was in. Let me see. In July I was on a cruise ship. Made about $5,000, a little over $5,000 on the cruise ship on the crap table.
Oh my gosh.
Attaboy.
Craps is the only game I play. It's the only game, in the hood. You got 2 dice, you can make money. So craps is the only game,
Okay.
You won't see a roulette table on the street corner.
Can relate. Okay. So let's talk about some wrestling.
All right, what's up?
Well,
first of all, congratulations, David Carr, world champion, Iowa State. First one since he's first world champion. Zach Thompson was the last one. He was a silver medalist back in 96, 97, one of those years. So congratulations, David Carr. Looking forward to next season.
So Cyon is back on the Cyclone train.
You know what, man?
No, that's good. We're glad. This is closure. This is what we need.
Why do you keep saying I was never against Iowa State?
Well, against.
You came on the show many times and said you were not sold on Dresser.
Mm-hmm. That happened.
That happened multiple times.
Let's clear that up. I said he's a Hawkeye. I said I was not sold on a Hawkeye. He's doing a great job. Mm-hmm. I'm happy the way the program is headed. But it still took some time to get used to the Hawkeye thing. So
But as one of our listeners pointed out, Cyon, you've never met a Hawkeye you didn't like. You meet Mike Zadek, you meet Tony Ramos, you meet all these guys. You're like, nice guy. He was a nice guy. I think is there a little theme here going?
Well, you also remember what I said that pissed off all the Hawkeye fans too.
What did you say?
What was the difference?
I don't remember what you said.
When I said they were away from what area?
Where?
I'm not going. I'm gonna let sleeping dogs lie, as they say.
Well, now no one knows what you're talking about.
When I said if you take them away from the pit, you call Carver Hawkeye Arena.
Oh, a pit. You called it a pit. It is kind of technically a pit.
So does that mean we're going to see you at Who's Number One?
Nah.
You're not coming to Who's Number One?
Not coming to Who's Number One.
Okay, fine. You weren't invited anyways. All right, I need some. We need a third-party ruling here on the Zain Yianni arbitration. Well, as a completely biased party, I would like to know what you think the arbitrator should have ruled in terms of the wrestle-off or not wrestling off.
Well, considering I was at the match.
Nice. Super relevant.
Yeah, I was at the match. I watched the rest of the match live,
Okay. This differentiates you.
I thought it was the right call at the match,
Which right call?
Penn State Cyon.
Wow.
Why? See, that's what I mean if I say that. But you know what? I'm also not the referee.
You're right.
I'm not the referee, so I can't. The referee actually made the call because he's not the one who turned it over, but the board turned it over, and then that's why they have the arbitration process.
That's right.
Kind of sucks now because one guy's hurt, one guy's at the top of his game right now, so it would be a great match if both of them were at 100%.
All right, I'm gonna hold your feet to the fire here.
All right.
There's a duel. It's Iowa State versus Penn State.
Iowa State.
Where do you sit? Oh, really? Will you wear an Iowa State shirt?
I'll probably be I'll wear a neutral shirt, but I'll be sitting with Iowa State
So
because hey, I'm still a Cyclone first,
Okay.
and I support my friends second.
Okay.
Why don't you organize a tournament of teams coached by former Cyclones?
Yeah.
Or a dual extravaganza, right? Like the cowboy duels, right? Which is all just Oklahoma State guys. Why don't you get the Cyclone throwdown?
That'd be a good duel, You'd have Wisconsin, you'd have Penn State, you'd have Drexel, you'll have UNC. Where else we got some Cyclone?
UNC?
Northern Colorado.
He went to Cornell.
Well, no. His assistant coach went to Iowa State.
Oh, so now it's assistant coaches? Well,
Hey, you said coaches, man. You said coaches.
This could be a very robust duel.
Yeah. But
Okay.
I think Penn State and Wisconsin wrestle this year, I know a bunch of alumni are planning on going to that match to, I think we're going to try to drag Bobby out of his cave in Iowa and then
That was
get him there.
That was the annual tough duel for Penn State last year.
I think it's going to be more interesting this year. They add
Going to Iowa.
Gross.
Oh, yeah, that duel, yeah.
Penn State and Wisconsin going to be interesting. They add Gross. They beefed up their lineup a little.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a pretty exciting duel. I know, like I said, a lot of alumni are playing. Iowa State is going there. Bono wants to honor Bobby at that match, so we're going to try to drag everybody out to go check that out. We're also doing the Iowa State alumni Iowa versus Iowa match this year. I plan on being there. That's after the
November 24th.
Yep. So I'm gonna be there. Be in Hilton Coliseum. It's actually been a while since I've been to a wrestling match in Hilton Coliseum, so I'm looking forward to being there for that match this year and hopefully get that win over the Hawkeyes.
Okay.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long
I was
time.
at the last one too.
The last time they won?
Yeah. 2005.
Wow.
For Hawkeye Arena.
That's awesome.
So I'm looking forward to that one again.
Well, good.
Get it done this year.
All right. It's going to be a big year for the Cyclones.
It is.
They're going to have a really good team. Excited to watch them. Yeah. Cyon.
So, Christian, I want to always ask you, man,
Okay.
why are you always biased against Penn State and Cale?
How am I biased? I picked all their
I don't know,
wrestlers to
man.
win. I say that they're the best. I say they have the best coaches. I say they have the best wrestlers. I don't know what else. How could I be?
Because you say it with a smirk. Like you're being sarcastic.
I'm a smirker. It's obvious. Why would you can't see? Here's how sarcasm works. It's like if I'm like, oh wow, nice shirt, Nomad. That's sarcastic. You can't sarcastically say Penn State has the best wrestlers and best coaches when it is like empirically true.
Yeah.
And that if you're a young wrestler and you choose to go to Penn State, it makes a lot of sense for you to do that because they have a track record of developing talent that is the best in the country.
What do you think, Willie? Do you think CP's full of crap?
Full of crap. I think he genuinely believes that Penn State is producing the best wrestlers right now. I do think that listen, Penn State doesn't give us a whole lot to work with, as far as media. But then again, they don't give a whole lot of anybody a lot to work with, as far as access and interviews and stuff like that.
I'll say my perspective. I'm anti-dynasty.
Wow.
Right.
He's been
even
with Rome. He was like that with Rome.
Yeah. Not a big fan of Roman Empire. So I like when a variety of teams win championships over a 10-year span as opposed to just one. Like I don't want, if and when Penn State's run ends, whenever in the next 30 years, I don't want then Ohio State to go on a run, then I would go on. I want there to be like different teams every year.
Yeah.
Penn State can win. I don't want one team winning all the time.
But
that's Cale's job is to win all the time. That's just like it's Tom Brand's job. It's like it's Tom Ryan's job.
Yeah. So if Penn State don't win, Iowa State wins. That's that. As long as those two teams win, that's all that matters, right?
Even trading would be good. Even trading would
all right, they could trade between the two teams. Yeah,
Sure.
I agree with you. And I'm not biased at all,
Not biased. Unbiased.
Not at all.
Cyon Williams. All right. Well, hey, you got anything else? You gonna interview me any further, or you gonna get out of my business?
Get out of your business, man. You're the one that keep putting yourself in my business, bro.
I don't know.
CP picks on me in the office.
Cyon, you are the biggest ball buster in the history of Flow Sports. You'll walk to the restroom as people are sitting there working and be like, "Ain't y'all got anything to do? Ain't y'all got work to do?"
Man, I haven't used that line in at least 2 months.
Okay.
Also,
you used it so consistently for like 5 years that it's the 2-month run is not that impressive.
Also, Cyon is one of those guys that, like, if I walk past Nomad, I might give him a little, hit him on the shoulder or something. What's up, bud? How's it going? Cyon he'll come past and he'll push you, and I will fly like 30 feet. Like, he does it way too hard.
That's the most annoying thing he does. I'll be walking, I won't even be like looking at him, and he thinks it's hilarious just to shove you hard and like make you stumble.
So I don't know if you guys can tell. Cyon's bigger than all of us.
Is it that shove you hard? It's just that y'all just too wimpy.
I don't think it's that. It's that it's
you're
very
overboard.
rare in the course of a workday that someone will shove you with a significant portion of their strength.
I barely touch you and you fly across the room.
Here we go. It's just he's so powerful and we're just so weak. See, this is the whole point, Cyon.
Exactly.
This is exactly what I was saying. All right.
That's what I'm going to just start going up to people and just across their face and say, "I'm sorry if you can't take it. I'm just
sorry.
Super powerful."
I didn't realize you were a wimp and couldn't get punched in the face with regularity.
So I got a question. So who y'all taking in the Zain Yianni match?
Man,
what's your opinions on that? I didn't hear. I don't know if y'all talked about it, but I'm interested now.
It's really tough because, on the one hand, there's evidence that Yianni is better, but when Zain just had to focus on Yianni and Yianni alone, we saw what happened. It was very, very different. So that makes me think coin flip. But then I factor in injury. And so I'm like a slight lean Yianni, except for the fact that Zain has to win 1 and Yianni has to win 2. It's a completely unique scenario that we're gonna find themselves in. So you not only have to pick a guy once. It's not like who's gonna win best 2 out of 3. Yanni's got to win 2. So I think with all that factored in, I think I will pick Yianni, but with no degree of I was far more certain. Not to say I was completely certain about Dake, but I picked Dake. I feel more comfortable picking Dake than I do picking Yianni. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, with that arbitration, do you think, they should have at the matches, they should have that arbitration so they can just get it settled on that day? They put a 3-panel
That's
board.
not possible.
Why not?
I mean, it's literally it's completely separate. It's not a wrestling thing. It's like something completely outside of. I mean, yeah, ideally, no. The how long it took, I thought was ridiculous, and it's ridiculous to Zain, I think, especially to have over 2 months where you're in limbo whether you're the guy or not after your hand was raised twice. I think is bad. That is not a good thing, and he deserved resolution quicker than that. But I think they tried, and I don't know. I don't know anything about the legal process, and it is unfortunate that it took that long.
When's the last time was what the Linlin Siraki back in
2000?
Didn't they do that one twice?
Yeah, that was part of the issue. Was it somehow the first arbitration wasn't binding, which is part of the issue. So it was arbitration, went up to the Supreme Court, came back down to the appellate court, the whole thing.
So you think they should set a time limit for this happened? If it happened this week, they need to set a time limit. Let's get it done in the next month. Period.
Yeah, there needs to be some process at that. I don't think, but I think it's outside of the control. I think it's probably a USOPC thing now.
Yeah.
USO, what is that?
All right, I'm trying to get this rebrand down. The United States Olympic Committee is now the United States Olympic and Paralympic Committee.
Yes.
And the Olympic Training Center, formerly known as the OTC, is now the Olympic and Paralympic Training Center. So we have to call it the OPTC and the USOPC, and that's going to take me a little bit.
When did they change this?
Very recently. It was
a month ago.
It was within this year.
No,
2 months ago.
that.
So.
I didn't either, and I will probably forget to call it that as soon as...
I refuse to call it that.
Are you guys going to World Championships?
You can't refuse.
I will, yes.
And I wish I can. Somebody got to stick around here, but I got to stay here.
Me and Willie will be overseas for about 2 weeks.
You're going overseas with Willie for 2 weeks?
Yeah.
May God have mercy on your soul.
Yeah.
Amen.
Hopefully he doesn't get pepper sprayed.
Yeah, we'll try. We'll see.
Keep him out of the clubs, Make sure.
That's relatively easy.
Yeah, he's a hermit.
I don't know, man. Willie looks like he's one of those persons when
Oh boy, this is gonna get bad.
It's not the it's not the clubs. It's the
I'm not a club guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to go to a local tavern, but
the local
I don't know any
tavern.
local tavern.
Big tavern.
Or keep him off the street corners too. He might.
All right, Cyon Williams, everyone.
I'll see you
Later. Okay. We'll jump right back in. Hey, why don't we go back? We're doing some fun recaps. So, episode 3 was when the game changed, and we had Willie come on board for FRL, and he's been on basically ever since. Sometimes not, sometimes yes, but he's been Willie and me from that point on. That was January 19th, 2015, in the year of our Lord. And then one thing I thought, one of our bigger shows, one that kind of launched it, was when we absolutely destroyed the Seeds in 2015 when they came out, Willie. And then we had Jason Borelli on, and we're like, answer for this. And that was really cool.
That whole thing jumped my knowledge of the seed process so much.
Yeah.
And outside of a few people within the NWCA, I'd say I'm in like the highest percent now of actually understanding how that process works.
That's when we found out that losses didn't matter. I'm pretty sure, which was a crazy development.
Which is still the case.
Still the case. Okay. What were we talking about on episode 100? Some other what?
Other big topics on FRL history.
Green Marable.
Green Marable was definitely like the next big thing. When Marable didn't make weight, but it was like he got a concussion trying to make weight, but probably not really.
Everybody was like, yeah, right.
Yeah, right. That was a big one. Obviously, the Olympics were big. The moment we watched the rules video with the step out calls, that rules video in like 2015, 2016, that was definitely
a big one.
That was a big one. Episode, let's look, 100. This is not pretty nondescript. We're talking about Pan Ams for episode 100. Episode 200. It's got this pulled up on Spotify. It's a lot faster.
I'm trying to think what were big topics.
Ooh, here you go. Episode 70. Folk Style Sick, We Have the Cure.
Wow, what a title.
That's a good one.
Wow.
FRL 200. Downey at Iowa State again. And Sajalayev unseated at Worlds. So we were probably mad that Sajalayev wasn't going to be seated, even though he was clearly the best wrestler on the planet-ish at that point in time.
Episode 92. Who's actually biased?
Yeah, I don't know what that could mean. But that's a fair question.
Right before 100, the National Duel stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a huge topic.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, with
Orange Gate.
Well, it's one of the biggest.
Orange Gate. That was classic. Did we have Dresser on?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
So that was after he went on.
Tom Ryan, too, right?
And then we had Tom Ryan
announced
afterwards.
the matchups, I think. And then you had Dresser on later.
Okay.
After he said Orange Gate.
That was that was all-time drama.
Oh, you guys announced the Bill Zadek's hiring on the show?
Yep.
That was a good one.
Disaster.
Not the Bill Zadek hiring.
Not the Bill Zadek thing.
Yeah, I was just wondering, like...
Willie operates about 8 to 10 seconds behind.
Like, hold on.
It's like,
please tell me. Yeah.
I liked FRL 143. Russia is an embarrassment to wrestling.
Hey, we are nothing if not consistent. That's true.
Was that not? I wonder what that was about. Was that about the gun at juniors?
It could have been that. I bet it's about their Olympic trials. When they when they did Musakayev so dirty. And
FRL 157, you can beat Penn State. No, you can't.
No, that was wrong.
We walked that one back.
Well, we didn't say who we were talking. It could have been about anyone. Maybe it was. We didn't say.
Maybe we said. Maybe said Russia
in football. Yeah,
it could have been football, and we could have been talking about like the Patriots. In which case, we're right again.
Hey, episode 164, Imar controversy, December 2016.
Who knows?
Do you remember this, Bratke?
Is that when he smeared his head?
Possibly you though.
What did Imar ever do that was controversial?
It says so. The timestamps: Isaac Jordan versus Isaiah Martinez and Imar versus Daniel Lewis are the two. So I don't know.
Could mean anything.
I don't remember Imar being super controversial.
Nor I.
FRL 182, Downey's dismissal, adults ruin high school wrestling.
Why did they? Oh, that was the Central Dolphin thing.
I think so. Yeah.
Do you remember that,
That was
Willie?
a big one.
That
was a big one.
Cumberland Valley. Is that what they're called?
Yeah,
Yeah.
CV. Yeah.
That was bad.
That
was
a forfeit situation, or what was that?
I don't know, but the
Somebody-
coaches ended up
Oh,
screaming at each other in a very crazy
Yeah,
way.
because somebody got hurt, but then they laid down, but then the other team did it or something like that.
Yeah, I think they took turn taking dives.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was and the adults ruined that. That was the adults.
Adults frequently ruin wrestling. FRL 183, Suriano and seating scenarios, and then just carried over for about the next 20 episodes, Nick Suriano. Just
Yes.
the Yianni Zain update, I think Yianni Zain paled in comparison to the number of just frequency of times we talked about Suriano.
Yes. Now, here's what I want to know. When did you guys start coming on the show? It was when I moved here.
So I
Yeah.
found, I think it was a little bit before 200.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it had been before then.
I think there was like a 196. I saw me and Dan on the couch.
Okay.
There was that spring of 2017.
17.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Willie, do you remember when you fought the whole gaming community?
Oh.
FRL 196, the Boise BS, gamers aren't athletes.
That's true.
Yeah.
I
then
hope
all
Willie
those
wasn't
gamers-
alone in that fight.
No, he
All those
wasn't. It was
gamers
just
came on
hilarious.
Twitter. All those gamers came on Twitter at us.
Yeah,
That
you
was
incited a riot.
Oh, that was a good one.
There
That's
was
fun.
a lot of talk about living in your mom's basement and eating Doritos and chugging Mountain Dew.
Well, if the shoe fits, gamers.
How about FRL 242? Apparently, Thomas Gilman went full Gilman last night.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the greatest.
Well, they invited Thomas Gilman to fight night.
That was the greatest. Everybody got up in arms about Gilman going overboard and Gilman using curse words and Gilman, that's disrespectful. You invited Thomas Gilman to a thing called Fight Night.
At a bar. Not that he drinks, but it's a very fight night atmosphere. It wasn't at the, I don't know, local Presbyterian church. It was at a bar. It was called Fight Night. And he said some audacious things that that was crazy. And then you have all these other people trying to get us to rip Iowa and Gilman as a result.
And then did they not immediately say we're never having that again? I don't think
Yes.
they've had it since.
There's been no fights.
Yeah.
There's been peace in Iowa since
Well,
that was Gilman. Hey, if you watched The Wire, Gilman going to Fight Night was like when Marlowe disbanded the co-op. After he says, "I killed Prop Joe," and then he says, "I'm tired of these meetings. We're done with it. Prices of brick going up," and then he leaves. So if you watch The Wire, that's literally what just happened. If you haven't watched The Wire, get on it.
yes. All of those things.
That's literally what happened.
So we talk about Iowa a lot for good reason. They win trophies. They have some of the, they have
Interesting
storylines, right? They've led the world in attendance 12 straight years. FRL 244, Iowa reband, ? Free the Lee, Sauna Stupidity. So, they went from Thomas Gilman, a super polarizing athlete, to Spencer Lee, who is not polarizing, but there's just so much attention on this LeBron James-like figure, right? This kid who Willie wrote an article about where he was going to high school and won world title after world title after world title. So there was a clean, there wasn't a clean break, rather. Iowa's 125 has just been center of attention on numerous FRLs for, hundreds of episodes.
Yeah. And now we're here talking about all this stuff.
I thought FRL 368 title was funny. It just says Americans are wrestling for other countries. I know that's pretty recent, but it's just a funny title.
It's and it's an accurate title. It is happening. A lot of people asking about if Mason Paris now is going to join another country. I hope not.
Oh,
Although
man.
you would have to figure France with Paris, but who knows?
See, we always talk about Penn State and their guys being healthy, and yet for 3 straight years we've had Suriano injury, Nolf injury, and now Zain injury.
Shakur.
Now all of them have been kind of Shakur, yeah. Now all of them have been kind of fluky, it seems, but there's always been like one major injury for Penn State.
Yeah, it was kind of a
few
thing.
years.
Yeah, they won nationals that one year. Suriano was like the 2 seed and didn't take the mat. That was pretty crazy.
How about the 10-year, or not 10-year, but the 2005 Oklahoma State versus the Penn State team that had 5 champs? That pissed a lot of people off.
Namely Penn State people.
Yep.
Yep, that did make them mad.
It wasn't that they got mad. It was like the level of how mad they got, because the duel can never happen. And I just feel like a lot of them weren't putting enough respect on that 05 team's name.
Yeah, because they didn't know who they were.
They don't know who Nathan Morgan is.
So don't know how good
they
Fountain
did.
was.
They did respond with a funny video though. Like they got heated, and I think they maybe maybe we went too hard
And
because
then Zain pinned Bratke.
Why was yeah?
That was bullshit. I was the only one that lost.
I know, even I won. I forget who I beat. I think Luke Gardner, because he yelled at me on Twitter.
Yeah.
he
No,
called me
the Penn
retard.
State actual reaction was fine. This is their fans that went.
Yeah. What, Willie?
nothing.
Okay.
I don't want you to say it again.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't say it. Well, I said it, but it's just a quote.
FRL 293. Bad audio, slightly better content.
That was your title. That's good. Slightly better content. So, bad audio, medium content. That should be in our iTunes description. Bad audio, medium content, though.
We should just title it that one. We should just title it. Sorry about this one, guys. Don't listen.
Just download, don't listen. Okay. Any other funny titles? No.
No. Sounds
Oh,
like a no.
you know, no. One thing we did that was fun on radio, where we went over like the best wrestlers of the last like 5 or 10 years, or I don't know if it was 10.
Yeah, it was 10. It was well. I've scrolled past it, but
Well, we
yeah,
did
that was
that
good.
for
That was
every
fun.
single weight, and I felt great about all of them. And then, no offense, John Reeder, but then I picked John Reeder, not Ed Ruth, at 174. I really, really felt like I was stupid.
How about all of the segments we've done one time and never done again?
Yes, Willie Prayers. Willie Prayers. There was another Willie one.
We did one Tinder related, like swipe right.
Oh, swipe right,
left.
I can't remember that. I didn't like doing that one because I couldn't remember which swipe direction meant
Yeah.
what
Nomad-
thing.
Nomad can help you out with that.
Nomad. That's why. I think this was pre-Nomad, too. If we had the Tinder section with Nomad, it probably would have taken off and been our biggest one. Alien Hour with Kyle Bratke is definitely our longest standing
Actual segment.
segment by a long shot. There are some other segments we've done, but I can't remember them because we only did them once. That's the power of the segments. Speaking of Kyle Bratke, he's an alien aficionado. He's back from the road. I don't think we've had an Alien Hour since you were on the road.
We haven't. It's been a long time. People want it.
People want it. Now, Kyle Bratke, please give it to them.
Okay, so one of the biggest cryptoids of all time, the Loch Ness Monster. I don't think we've talked about him yet. And I'm not just going to go over like the backstory of him. He's in the news recently for a couple different reasons. Recently, though, because a team of scientists has taken about 250 water samples from various depths of the water that he was supposedly seen in. And they want to just like disprove all the theories that it could be, or how people were seeing this thing. And they are going to release their complete findings in September. But they supposedly have a plausible theory for the Loch Ness Monster.
Just based out of water samples?
Well, yes. So the DNA from the water samples was extracted and sequenced, resulting in about 500 million sequences that have now been analyzed against existing databases. So,
got it.
They're going to tell us how the Loch Ness Monster was able to exist in September. And according to them, it is plausible that it did exist.
So basically how it could live in the lake.
Yeah,
this
how it
murky
became
lake.
to be, and that it's real. Or was real. Possibly still real. And then also it's in the news because someone created a Facebook group like the Area 51, except for the Loch Ness Monster, and it's called Storm Loch Ness, Nessie Can't Hide From Us All. And it also says, we're going to find that big boy. BOI.
Hey, good luck to you.
So far, only 20,000 people have accepted that one, where it was like 2 million with the Area 51.
That's big. When is the Area 51 getting stormed? Is that September also?
I think it's like quarter to never.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Also, I'm a little concerned because people keep seeing Mothman in Chicago.
Uh-oh. Do they really?
Yeah.
The Mothman normally...
Exactly. He is a bad omen. For those of you that don't know, he is a bad omen. And when you see him...
Does Chicago need any more bad omens?
Seriously.
Listen, I don't make the rules. People are seeing
They already lead the nation in deaths.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
I know.
That's what's most alarming.
That's what's concerning to me.
Maybe the Mothman is just late. Has he ever been late? He's like, sorry, should have been here like 10 years ago.
Yeah, maybe he like overslept or something.
Yeah, that's more plausible. Willie, do you for a second believe the Loch Ness Monster is real?
No, I think there could be something. I think there could be a species in there that's big. I don't think there's a freaking dinosaur in there.
Ain't no dinosaur.
You know? I mean, listen,
There's fish. I'll give you a hint. It's fish.
Water's crazy, man. There's stuff in the ocean. They find new stuff in the ocean.
Exactly.
They find new stuff in the ocean all the time.
Water's
right,
crazy.
the ocean.
That's fact. But
water's crazy, man, is definitely a sentence that is probably said in the Area 51 storming. They'll just be like talking to each other like, water's crazy, man.
He's right though. They find all kinds of weird creatures down there.
I know, but not so much in Scottish lakes.
All right, that's
if
what
it
you
was
think.
In the ocean,
There's
what I think.
octopuses in Oklahoma, CP, and they're killing people at an alarming rate.
Well, I mean, I'll say this, like something like this, right?
That's a really good point. That's a good point. Hey. All right.
I was watching, you ever watch those Jeremy Wade shows? They're fishing shows, right? No? You don't watch them?
No.
It's okay. So Jeremy Wade, he's this British guy, and he goes fishing for like big, they're called river monsters.
Oh, yeah. Caleb loves this show. We were watching it yesterday.
Right. That guy's awesome.
Does he go wading into the water?
Children?
No. Well, yeah, actually he does. But, okay, so I was watching this one yesterday, and a Greenland shark was found in England, right? Now, it's not a monster. It's not a Loch Ness monster. It's not a dinosaur, but Greenland sharks are not supposed to be in England. You know what I mean? So maybe there is something funky in the Loch Ness, but who knows what it is?
Who knows what it is? I'm going to say fish. All right. Thank you. Good update from Kyle Bratke. Also, I forget who sent that tweet, but someone was listening to the emergency FRL that was on Friday, and while he was listening to it, he was behind a car that had the license plate 911 FRL.
Wow.
Listening to our emergency episode.
Did he take a picture?
He took a picture. Is it in
Q Smefs?
It's an older one. Look, check. Kyle replied to it.
It's not letting me see it because that account's protected.
Oh, what? Let me see it.
I'm about to get on my personal.
He got to get on his personal.
I was on Flow.
Unprotected account, man.
Yeah. Okay, let's get to some questions from friends. We have so many. Ben Randolph, next non-big team to win a team title.
I mean,
Cornell. If there's gonna be one, next,
I think
not this year, but next.
Okie State, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like their window, not that their window's shut, they're always going to be in the mix, but the foreseeable future, if you're looking, Cornell's going to have a shot before them, but maybe not. I don't know.
So
yeah, maybe.
So based on cue Penn State fans laughing. Based on recruiting rankings, right? Cornell's been like number 1 in 2017, like number 3 this past year, and then they're like 2020. They've got a really good class coming in 2021. So they could have 3 or 4 top 5 classes over the span of 5 years, and then like Oklahoma State's number 1 next year. And then they'll still have Dayton and all these guys, and then
right.
they develop a Preston Weigel. So those two, based on recent history and recruiting class rankings, would be the most likely.
Yeah.
Could it be? I mean, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't know. NC State, every once in a while, has a year that, I mean, if they make a push, they're recruiting very well. Sometimes they peak well, although sometimes they don't. But I don't know.
The Highleys, Morris, Renan, yeah, they definitely could. I see them making a trophy push potentially in the next couple of years with some of the guys they have. They're always going to have dudes at different weights. So, I like NC State in there. It's tough to say. Virginia Tech's going to be really, really good, but are they going to make national championship? That's going to be really tough. Arizona State's really, really good, but national championship, I don't know.
Well, and I feel like maybe I'm wrong. I can't remember if it was a specific ACC coach or all of them kind of collectively said it, but they said the quote-unquote easy part is going from 10 to 5. Right? The hard part is that
Next.
5 to 4, 4 to 3, that part. I feel like they all kind of said that because they're, UNC, NC State, Virginia Tech, right? They're all making these jumps, right? Pick coming up.
Who do you feel that's one, but who do you feel is the team most on the come up? I mean, Cornell's been in that sort of top tier for a long time. I mean, Missouri has done well,
right.
Non-Big Ten. NC State's there. Who do you feel? What programs do you feel are going to achieve things as a team above their historic level? And Pitt was one team I was thinking about. I think Pitt could be good under Gavin more than they have in the recent past.
Well, I guess you can't say Iowa State because they've literally won national titles, but I think considering how low they got, they're a team on the come up for sure.
I was gonna say Big Ten, Wisconsin, non-Big Ten, UNC.
UNC's one I thought about. You know who's going to be good,
Christian
man?
said, Iowa State has won national titles.
What about
you know who's going to be? Yep, UNI. You know who's going to be good? It might take 8 more years, 5 more years. I'm serious. Fresno State. Fresno State.
Here's my thing with Fresno. Forgive me for shooting for shots fired at California, but I think California is good, but just at the next level, I don't know. I don't see them getting the tier 1 guys, and 2, I think they're gonna have a lot of good dudes, but I just think they're gonna have a hard time getting the elite of the elite.
Well, but that's part of the argument, right? Is that the talent
part of the argument?
Yeah, and again, it may not be borne out, but those guys, right? Coach Steiner and Coach Silva, they believe that keeping the guys home, especially the specific area that they're in, will have better results. A lot of kids want to stay home, right? That particular area, though, is one of those areas where it seems like kids want to more so than others, and until now, they haven't had an option. So it may not be borne out, but that's the theory, and it's up to them to try and prove it.
That's a good point, and also I mean, if you said, "Hey, Fresno State's gonna be a top 10 team in 5 years," I would not be surprised. I literally would not be surprised if that happened. If they eventually their trajectory was like that and they started to flirt with the top 5, that wouldn't really surprise me. But Yeah, and maybe there's just something magical to staying home, but there's just not that many Valencias and Aymars and etc.
And the ones that there are, I feel like go away from home or in the past have gone away from home, and there has been a great deal of their elite guys not panning out. But as the theory goes, maybe it's a really close-knit community, and maybe if they stay home, they'll have a better rate of converting to college success. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Fresno State. Who else? Anybody else?
Well, to me, they're since Fresno is reinstated, so I added them. But to me, there's three schools that have the high school talent to pull from that could change the game. Rutgers, Illinois, Fresno State. Right?
That's another
big
one.
state public schools that have a lot of high school talent that can produce on the next level. You got to harness all of that, and it's hard, but those are the three that can do it.
Illinois, I mean, if you look at how much success the high schoolers have in the state of Illinois and the state of California, I mean, they have among more ranked than anybody, and they don't. I mean, I think there was a year or two ago, maybe last year, Emory Parker was the only AA, and he lost in the first round and came all the way back. He was their only AA from the whole state of Illinois.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to put Illinois on there. I mean, the same's been true forever. Illinois has been good forever at the high school level, and they're just not they're not making it happen. So I'm not going to. But, yeah, I think Rutgers is interesting for sure. I'm curious about Penn. They're, really all in there. The administration's behind it. Mm-hmm. It's going to be tough, just Ivy stuff, but they're in the mix with a lot of recruits. They're getting a lot of recruits. Good energy there, so I could see Penn slowly.
I'm gonna plug a piece of content that I did.
Wow.
Because, well, so I started doing this thing, right, of in-state talent, right, and how much teams are relying on it. So I've already done Penn State, I've done Ohio State, I'm gonna do Iowa next. Since 2012, 64% of Ohio State's team points in NCAAs have come from Ohio natives. And in 2012, 2014, it was over 90%. So, Penn State, obviously, Ohio State, obviously, two power states, getting beaucoup points from in-state. So that's why I'm saying potentially Fresno, Illinois, Rutgers. Whether that's borne out, sure. But those are the three that have the potential to change
those
the
are
game.
also Big Ten teams. The question was non-Big Ten.
Yeah, sure.
But we kind of transitioned to something a little different.
That's why I also like Pitt. I mean, Gavin, good technician, good. It seems to be good leader, and he's in Whippeal and
good arm drag,
Ohio area. So,
okay, that was one question.
It's a good one though.
This Nikki Flo. If you guys got a full year of training under Kale, do you think you could beat the 33rd seed at NCAAs at your preferred weight? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Do you know there are many? Penn State does not qualify 10 every single. There are people that are there for years and that have talent under Kale
that are in shape.
Yeah, it's really, really hard to win a match at nationals. And think how hard it would be for us. Maybe Bratke. I'll give Bratke outside shot. 1 year with Kale. Suck you down to 125. Could you beat the 33 seed?
Who was it this year?
I love. We're gonna put a name to it. Let me see. Hold on.
I needed to know the level right here.
Yeah. I'm pulling it up right now, buddy.
Could you beat Shakur Laney?
No.
No, we couldn't beat Shakur Laney.
I'm very well aware. Know that I cannot beat Shakur Laney.
I'm pulling them up right now. Final brackets. Dang it! Slow down. The site keeps moving. Okay, here we go. Trey Chalafu versus Willie Gerard was the 33 and 32.
I don't know.
Shalafu beat
saying
Schnupp
no.
pretty good.
Feels like a no.
Yeah, feels like
no.
it.
Those
Feels like
guys
a no.
are pretty good. Those guys are pretty good. I mean, a year of training. I mean,
Feels like college wrestlers put a lot of their lives
feels
into
like, you know how
this
many
thing.
years these guys put in? It's crazy. So
I feel
no,
like it's an unreasonable question.
it's a definite no. Okay, but happy to put that in perspective for you guys. Did I buy my wife a safe car yet? No, but we're addressing the issue. We're addressing.
Do you not want to buy her a safe car because you have no good car ideas?
I wish I
have
could
some-
raise Kyle Bratke's hand right
I
now.
have good car ideas. Here's going to be the resolution for the time being. I'm going to start driving the van, and she's going to drive my car. And if something should happen to me, you know what? It'll be fine. But
Oh my God, you're gonna drive the van?
Mm-hmm. What?
That's the easiest way to get a new car. Switch. Christian will buy himself a new car within 5 days.
No. If the car breaks in 5 days, yeah, sure. But
How's that Tesla treating you?
yeah, I wish. No, it's pronounced Toyota. Bailey Brown. This was a pre-answered question. The first ever. Poem time. Submitting a question for Flo. It surely would help us to know. Of all of your men, I'm wondering when will Cyon be back on the show? Today, Bailey Brown. If Hall redshirts, Chenzo to 74 and Manville to 65? Question mark? Asked Ben Phillips.
That's also assuming Manville does an Olympic red shirt.
It's also, yes, that.
Wow.
I think.
What in the Sam hell?
Oh, boy, we got to.
Get out of here.
Boy, he just flicked the fire out of some bug crawling on him.
Golly, I got shooters in the back of me.
I hear Staraki may get a go at 74 for the We R's.
Carter, yeah.
That's what my theory was the whole time. And it's
Chenzo
not
65, Staraki 74.
Or vice versa.
Why would Chenzo go up?
Carter, I don't want to see Carter Staraki down at 65. He got big.
Here we go. Willie doesn't think anyone's big. Willie thinks Logan Stevens should probably go 57 for.
No, that's not true.
Olympic
I mean,
Willie,
the last
that was
You
a definite
you
early
said that.
theme. That was an early theme of FRL. Willie thinks everyone is way smaller than they actually are.
Sure.
Cut him down.
Sure. I used to be a big cut guy. I used to be like, you can make it. Sure. But I'm not saying that Carter Staraki, I'm not saying that. I'm saying the last time I saw him, he could make 65. Now, that was in March. I mean, he was wrestling 170, wasn't he?
Yeah. I seem to remember him being very big.
I don't know. He wasn't at 82. He was at 70.
He definitely spent time at A2.
Yeah.
So did Patrick Kennedy. What do you think Patrick Kennedy is?
Yeah. Good point. You can't always base it on.
Carter Staraki is bigger than Patrick Kennedy.
Okay. Well, the point is 65, 74. I think, I mean, maybe the obvious answer is Chenzo 65, Staraki 74, but I could see that being flip-flopped. I mean, I think Staraki's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
This year.
How do you think he does this year?
I like him.
You do?
I like him. If there's going to be a year where Mark Hall red shirts and there's this and that, and there's a lot of uncertainty, not only in the Penn State lineup because it's 2020, and there's a lot of uncertainty because of other, Miles Amin and this and that, and people are doing this. I mean, this would be the year to use Staraki. I mean, it makes a lot of sense in my opinion. And I think he's dang good enough. I think he's dang good enough that by the end of the year, you give him reps, you have him in that Penn State room, you give him reps, do a lot of tournaments. I mean, not one of those situations where you hold him out early and he just starts getting going in December, January 1.
Use him.
I think he's ready. I think he's ready by the end of the year, by February, March. And I know we said it a million times, but you consider Miles Amin, Mark Hall, Zahid moving up, David McFadden possibly moving down. I mean, it's wide open.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, and really, can he place? Can he place high, right?
Yeah, my thought with Carter Starocki is if he goes this year, we're going to look back in 4 or 5 years, and he's going to be a 3-time All-American. We're going to be like, how did he not place? It's like, oh, yeah, he went right away as a freshman. You know, he got beat by some fifth-year senior at NCAAs. Like, that's kind of what like, Carter will be very, very good, but even with all those guys vacating, I don't know that he can place. It's just hard. Even now with guys coming in better prepared, it's hard for true freshmen to place, right? I mean, like Pletcher. Like Pletcher's one that I'm thinking of with that, right? Like, why wasn't Luke Pletcher 4-time?
Well, he was at the wrong weight.
That's part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was all of it.
You know, it's always hard to place. It's hard to place as a returning placer, but it's always hard to place as a true freshman.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think my opinion of Carter Starocki in the strata of elite recruits might be a little bit more optimistic than the rest. I mean, Carter, in my opinion, was pretty dang elite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Excited to see all the lineup developments going on. Okay. Dash Harper. I'm curious for this one, actually. For you guys, going back to you guys talking about the fan interest in your own personal wrestling careers, what were your go-to moves, techniques? Please discuss. Might be a few funny stories here. I want to know Kyle's go-to.
We did get a funny story last time about like Nomad's ball and chain or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't a go-to. That was a one-time move that worked out really well.
He did a front flip out of a ball and chain.
Okay. I don't know. On top, I like to run bars.
Wow, big bar guy.
Kind of like Logan Stever stuff. That kind of.
Nice.
Neutrally
single leg guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't really blowing through people. Not
Ty
surprisingly.
Mitchell was not, yeah.
But I'm pretty good upper body too.
Yeah, not that I'm any measuring stick, but he kind of almost throws me every single day at work. No, man, what was your go-to?
I had 3 moves.
Nice. Straight Mason Beckman status.
3 moves. Neutral, single leg, kind of like low single, come out the back, right? Iranian finish. On top, crossface cradle.
Nice.
Bottom, switch. That was
Switch.
it. That was it.
That's a hard life on bottom.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It is.
Everybody's like, the switch is such a crap. No one does a switch right. No one trains switches. No one does them right. Any move can work if you do it correctly.
It really, then why? So none of the
we
D1
have to
wrestlers
get Nomad's tech wave
on the switch.
On the switch because no one does it right.
Now you need to preface it.
It's like headlocks. All these coaches are like, headlocks is a garbage move. Well, some people are really good at them.
Yeah.
Because they drill them and they do it.
Actually, now that I think about it, whenever I've wrestled Nomad, he reverses me. Listen, I know I'm not the measuring stick.
We're talking about though. But
he does. Like, I would take him down and he would reverse me and put a ride on. So actually, I don't remember that they were switches, but he was very reverse oriented.
Look, when you're my level, you got to find ways to win matches.
Yes. So
okay. So reversals, you got to make your hay some way.
Yeah. Yeah. So all right. So here's mine. It's kind of in that vein, living on the reversal life. So I would take a shot, be extended underneath. The guy would front headlock
Matt
me.
McDonough style.
No. I'm not even that good. I would just end up in a shot underneath. And the guy would like front headlock me, and I would just short drag out every time. Like I would shoot under so I could short drag out.
Yeah.
That's not good, guys. But it worked in Virginia against high school.
Well, and it's just
Virginians.
you know I saw Mike Mal talk about this on Instagram one time, right? Like you got to just find ways to win, right? Like if you're not fast, make them slow.
I didn't say I won. It was just
sure.
It was just a thing I did.
Sure, but You have to put them in positions where you were best, right? I mean, that's the obvious thing. But, you got to find ways to win.
Yeah. That was...
If I couldn't beat you on feet, I had to find a way to beat you on the mat.
Did you ever get taken down so you could get the reversal?
No, but I 100% won a match one time on all reversals. Which, like, looking back, I don't even know how it's possible. I had to have ridden him out, to end every period.
Yep, you ended every period on top.
Which, that's kind of demoralizing.
Yeah, it is. If you lose on reversals.
Wow. You really dunked on him.
You did. You showed him. You demoralized him. All right, we have to get Nomad Switch series. At first, you know what? I want to show how I did a switch, and I want you to critique that also.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I want to see. All right.
This is also wrestling technique has evolved quite a bit in 12 years.
Just now you're already backing out.
Yeah.
No.
You're already backing out.
I said that no one hits it anymore. I said no one hits it switch at the Division I level, hardly at all. No one hits
and
a
you
switch.
said they're not doing it right.
And you said they're not doing it right.
Yeah, look, I don't think they are doing it right, but I'm also showing you a high school Nomad switch from 2006.
Did you ever hit an inside switch?
Inside switch?
Yeah, like go the other. It's a real thing.
I'm having trouble visually.
maybe
We gotta show you guys. Show me.
Yeah.
You taking the reverse side?
Yeah, other side.
Well, that's dangerous.
It's big in Virginia. It's big in the Shenandoah Valley. The inside switch. Would Daringer do better with ultra offense in Taylor or ultra defense such as Dake? Which one fits his style better? I just don't understand this question. Sorry. I thought I understood it when I put it in here. Now I don't think I get it.
I think it's asking, does he match up better against a guy like David Taylor or Kyle Dake?
Huh.
Like a guy that's really good defensively like Dake, or a guy that's more wide open like Taylor?
The Dake match for me...
Yes, that's what I think.
Re-emphasized. This is hyper nitpicking because I'm saying Daringer's number 2 in the world, but Daringer's need for foot speed, agility, right? A little more of that. So I don't know that Taylor would be any better of a matchup for him. But that's where if in my opinion, if Ringer wants to make the next jump, that's part of where it needs to be.
He maybe has a better shot against Taylor, but I also think Taylor would probably tech him. I think there's a likelihood that he gets teched, and there's also a likelihood that that's a probably better matchup for Ringer potentially.
Yeah.
In some
let me switch the question around and say.
You hit a switch.
I'm gonna hit an inside switch. Would Ringer's chances versus Dake increase if Ringer was more offensive?
What?
No.
No? Okay.
I mean, yeah. Well, that's kind of retreading the thing we talked about last time.
I mean, okay. This is like a esoteric question, right? But it's I think in freestyle, generally speaking, offense beats defense. However, there's levels to it, right? Kyle Dake's defense is far different than anyone else's.
Yeah. That's definitely true. Okay. Anything else before we go, dear friends? It's been a tremendous 400th episode. Thank you.
Is there any... There's no wrestling this weekend.
No, it is August. So, this is kind of how it goes.
Is there Super 32 early entry stuff?
No,
next
but...
weekend.
I mean, just in the world?
Next weekend, actually.
Yeah, okay.
There's one next week, and also Yianni, Zain. Basically, if we can just get through this week, buddy, we're home free for good.
Yeah.
Because then we've got Worlds. You're literally going. And then straight into Who's Number One. Buy tickets to Who's Number One. Here's for a number of reasons. One, you want to go. Get them now because the good seats are available now. There's a lot fewer. We've sold around 1,000, but they're selling them on the third markets. Some people bought up the good seats and they're on StubHub. So get them now at the reasonable rate of $20 or whatever before you end up having to get them on StubHub.
I'm hoping that doesn't screw us. We sell X amount and then people don't show up because it's just StubHub buying them.
No, it's not going to happen.
I hope not.
It's not going to happen. But it is happening. If you want really good seats, it could happen. So why don't you just get on there?
That's what happened to NCAA's this year. Not that Who's Number One's NCAA's.
Let's hope we have those NCAA wrestling tournament problems.
Sure.
All right, Troy, we are ready to go. My dear friend in the back. We thank you guys so much for listening. 400. Someone has probably listened to all 400. I'm not sure who.
I have.
Me too. I bet even Willie hasn't. If Willie's not on the show, he is not listening.
At some point last year, I went back and listened to all of them.
That's good.
You listened to every episode last year?
No, I mean...
My New Year's resolution, listen to every episode of FRL. I thought, why not? Find out what they were talking about national duels in 2015.
It is extremely helpful for me, I don't know about everybody else, but for me to go back and listen and look at the content that we were doing back then and compare and contrast and be like, oh yeah, they were doing that. I should do more of that.
There you go. Well, thanks so much, guys. Thanks to Intermat for giving Willie a shirt to wear.
Shout out, Intermat.
Shout out.
Thanks to me for being...
Screw that bug that tried to kill me earlier.
Thanks to the bugs. Thanks to all bugs. We'll be back next Tuesday. Big week next week, probably. Sometimes you just say big week. I'm speaking a big week into existence. We'll see you then. Thanks, guys.